Welcome to AwesomeReader, where we review different books by different authors. This Sunday, we review A Long Way Gone by Ishmael Beah. To the facts of the book. Ishmael Beah, a 12-year-old, lives in a town called Matujong in Sierra Leone. Lives with his father and mother, who work in business and farming, but the father split with the mother. The bigger brother called Junior, who he was very fond of. He started writing and narrating the events of his life when he got adopted to live in America. He has written 3 other books. Life was simple in Matujong, and he enjoyed its simplicity as a child. The book has 229 pages and additional pages where he answers some questions on child soldiers. I like the cover of the book. It has a photo of a child with an AK-47, an RPG, and a bag carrying bullets, apparently from the book, over his shoulder. The book retails at 1,200 Kenya shillings. You can get yourself a copy at a discount from Textbook Center. To the highlights of the book. It opens with the author telling us his interest in music, and more so rap music. They love the American hip hop. On the side, in some towns, war has begun. Only it has not reached the town, so all is peaceful. They head out of town for some rap gig. It's called a talent show. Just as they leave, a day later, the rebels have reached their town. Trying to get back to their hometown, where they had the father, but they could not get. Horrors, dead bodies, people bleeding, running away, mother carrying dead children is what they could see. Therefore, they had to turn back. The people of the town they went to in Kamato had been warned that the rebels would come. And just like the proverbial boy calling out wolf, they never came, even as the villagers always went into hiding in their forests. But the day the rebels come, they were busy in town. The author was cooking rice and was very relaxed. Gunfires, handheld grenades rent the air. Confusion, and everybody started to run. Death, more deaths, blood everywhere was what we could see. Remember, the rebels always wanted shields, and they wanted to use the villager against the soldiers. The soldiers caught wind of the impending attack on the village of Kamato, and they ran away. And in the melee, this was the last time he saw his brother Junior. As the attack happened, they could not have the time to regroup again. Running from Kamato, he spent most of the day in the forests, passing through empty villages that had been destroyed by the rebels, attacked, houses burned to the ground, feeding on oranges, fruits from trees, fruits that he didn't even know the name. He received good news that a village up ahead, his family has been seen. His mom, dad, big brother are alive. He was very elated, and he couldn't wait to see them. In fact, as they were proceeding to the village, he met one of the mates who started guiding them along the path. However, before they could reach the village, again, gunfire, smoke, scream, all in just a few minutes, and again it went quiet. The entire village had been killed. The rebels were bragging about the feat. Reprieve came in the next village, which was guarded by soldiers, and life was good and normal for them. The strain of the war became heavy for the soldiers, and many kept being killed as the rebels targeted their ammunition and their food. And that's when he was recruited to the army. The threat of rebels in the forests, awaiting their food and ammunition, and being told that those are the rebels who killed their parents, it was not too easy. Or rather, it was not hard to enlist the boys to the army. Training was not for long, as they had to go to battle. And with that, they started the killing of the rebels. Drugs, watching Rambo movies was the order of the day. They were killing those who killed their families, so they believed. And they were not even batting an eyelid in doing it. He narrates of us at some point they had a competition of who could kill a rebel faster than the other. When the word came for them to do it, he swiftly slit the throat of a rebel. He won. And with that came the title, Junior Lieutenant. After almost 2 years of fighting for the army, a truck of UNICEF came to the village. Him and other children, soldiers, were picked and driven away to the city. Later, they were taken to an approved school where they had children, army, and rebels together. In the process of rehabilitation, the boys fought often, as some of the boys were picked from the rebels and others were picked from the army. Everyone fighting for a belief they had been taught. There was lots of withdrawal symptoms from the drugs they'd been using during the war. In rehabilitation centers, they were assigned a nurse to help them in the process, and Ishmael was assigned a nurse called Esther. She began helping Ishmael to open up, but it was not an easy task. Ishmael had headaches, migraines, nightmares. During the war days, drugs would have helped, but now they were not on drugs, so it was a painful experience for him. In quest for rehabilitation, Ishmael was reunited with his uncle who lived in the city. The uncle was very welcoming and took Ishmael to meet his new family. In the process, as time went by, Ishmael interviews and got an opportunity to go to New York and talk about children and warnings about his hometown, Sierra Leone. He stays in New York and then meets people from other countries and come back home. Back home in Sierra Leone, war now breaks in the capital city. He had to run away as he could not think of joining the army again. When he was in the US, he made a contact during his visit and they were willing to take him up. If only he could manage to leave Sierra Leone. He made a journey, and a dangerous journey, with lots of bribery to Conakry, the capital city of Guinea. It is sad to note that most of his friends on rehabilitation went back and started fighting for the army and others for the rebels. For Ishmael, the story ends well. He graduates with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Oberlin College. He is a member of the Human Rights Watch Children's Rights Division Committee and has spoken before the UN on several occasions. Wish I could say the same for the other children soldiers, but a lot of work is being done by Amnesty International to arrest the situation on the ground. In my opinion, the book is well written, very easy to read, and the author has described on the war and his role in the war. It is not until half of the book that we get to know how he was recruited to the army. Thus, a lot of book is talk about him being lost in the forest and running from one village to the other. At some point, reading the book, it began to feel like a child lost in the forest. It therefore lacks the richness of his time during the army. Maybe it's something, as an author, he did not want to relive in writing the book. This process of rehabilitation and integration to the society with the challenges elicits emotions, and it's very real. This is a one-time read. Have you read A Long Way Gone? Let me have your thoughts and comments in the section below. This has been Awesome Reader. Subscribe, like, and share. Remember to get details on how you can get a copy of Long Way Gone at a discount from Textbook Center. Till next Sunday, let's keep reading.